This is my 21st term in the General Assembly, which means I'm starting the 41st year. There's really a problem in southeastern North Carolina, the beach communities, probably more so than the rest of the state, but we have an insurance problem all over the state. Senator Bozeman and I wanted to address the problem right up front on opening day to let the people know that we're very much aware of the problem. We talked with the staff and had a bill drafted which would in effect hold the rates where they are. In fact, and you may use the word moratorium, put a moratorium on raising the rates until we can look at it better and give more study from the Department of Insurance and insurance companies and other people to see that the people in our area are treated fairly. I think the first thing for the people back home and probably throughout the state and maybe even throughout the nation is the creation of more jobs. If we can get people working and income flowing, then they can buy cars, they can go to the clothing store, they can continue to buy food. But without a job, then that stops the cycle of income coming in. I think the bottom line is do whatever we can to get jobs. I will be chairing, I think, the Committee on Commerce that I've chaired for several years, and that deals with all the economic factors in the state: insurance, utilities, tourism, travel, all the Department of Commerce questions. And so I think I'll be right in the middle of trying to help regenerate and invigorate the economy. Well, of course, we were in a really dire straits as far as the budget is concerned. You hear estimates anywhere from a low of $2 billion to a high of $3 billion shortage, and we have to look at that. I was here before when we had a real shortage, but not near this. Before we increased income, that's another way to say raise taxes for half of the shortage, and we cut half of the shortage, but I'm not sure that we can justify raising taxes enough this time to raise another $1.5 billion. So I think we're going to have to really tighten the belts, cut back, delay certain programs that are may have getting ready to start, and everybody pull together. No, I don't think there are any taxes that need to be increased. That doesn't say that down the road to divert a tragedy or something that's about to happen, we may have to end up voting for some minimal increase in taxes, but there are no taxes that I want to raise. I think the governor has directed initially that there's an across-the-board cut, and that works temporarily, but there are certain programs that probably should not be cut and probably should be increased. For example, we've got a severe problem with mental health coverage and care in the state, and while you're trying to fix that bad problem, is not the time to be cutting unless there's abuse or waste. You know, if the problem has arisen from the fact that the people that need the care are not getting the care because the money is being diverted or thrown away, then we certainly ought to cut that. But if the problem is because services aren't being rendered because there are not enough mental health professionals, then instead of cutting, we ought to try to raise. So I'm just real pleased to have the opportunity to serve, and as I told you to begin with, this is my 41st year, so I think I bring lots of experience to the table. Many of these things I've seen in varying degrees before, so I think all of us looking together and pulling together and working together, we can meet the challenge.